Remember, if you want more detailed information on this restoration, you can go to the links down on the bar right below the video, being the links to the iBoats thread, which it has all the pictures that you could ever want on this restoration, my Facebook page, facebook.com/Frisco Boater, and my website, friscoboater.com. Friscoboater.com has a blog that's usually updated also, just like iBoats.com, but the first place to look is my iBoats.com thread for any updates. And if you want instant updates, make sure you like my Facebook page, because that's where I kind of post my thoughts as I'm doing things. So enjoy the video. Well, as you can see, we got the back, I'd say third, all covered in glass. And I'll just kind of explain what I did in the video. Was able to get it done in one fell swoop, up and over the stringers in basically 2 layers. I started with, I do believe it was a 15-inch layer, and then I went to a 19-inch layer. And what I did is I found that if you take, here's a piece of 1708 right here, all right? So you've got the stitch side and you have the matte side. Obviously the matte side goes down over the stringer and goes that way. Now, what I found is if you wet the stringer first and then also wet the back side, you kind of see all the wet areas over there. What I did is I sat there with my roller and rolled this out and got this kind of saturated, and then once Dad and I laid this over, we were able to completely stretch it nice and neat, and it stuck to the stringer perfectly and down in the corners, and then you wet it out the rest of the way. That's what allowed us to kind of do the hero move up and over. And I'm happy with that, of how it came out. We actually tabbed in the corners and we tabbed in the back side of this little, what do you call it, bulkhead right here. So the next thing is we got to go all the way forward, which this is a lot easier. Now I'm not sure if we're going to actually try to do the hero move here or not with a center stringer, because that's thinner. If you look at the top of it, you're looking at 1.5 inches versus 5/8 of an inch. I don't think I can get the 1708 to go around that very easily. I am going to put a, I don't know what you call it, a mounting strip or whatever to that stringer, which is a 1x1 slathered in, what do you call it, resin, so we can actually screw the deck to it. Like if you remember in the Sea Ray, I had them, they were called cleats, basically. Well, this boat didn't have them, but I'm going to add it to it. And I'm going to go, probably most of the way up and then come all the way down. And we do that after we finish all the fiberglassing. And then what we'll do is we'll screw those and glue them on with peanut butter. And then those will be our actual areas that we screw down into with the deck. Now the side areas are going to be really strong, but I want it to make sure that the center is also. So we'll do that. So I think what I'm going to end up doing with this is just going up with this with 1708 on 2 layers, tabbing it, and then go over the top with 1 layer of chop strand just to waterproof it. You don't need the strength at the top. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to set up the camera in here closer this time. I've got my spider mount with my GoPro, you see right there, and get you up close and personal to what we're doing, so you can see a little bit better. Now you can see what I did right here is I notched it around this the bulkhead right here, because you want to overlap your first layup. I'm doing by about 5 inches because it stops right here. So what I'm doing is I'm overlapping it a little bit to give us that strength. And also I had a little hole on this side over here that I needed to cover up. And we'll do this on both layups. And then on the inside, over on the other side of this bulkhead, I did the same thing here by doing corner braces, and I'm packing them, getting them all ready to go.
Here it comes.
Yep. Come with the rain.
Well, as you can see, we've got the stringers glassed up to probably a little over halfway up the boat. If you saw the last part is that I actually did the hero move and went all the way up and over with the center stringer. And it came out pretty good. I've got a little bit of bubbling on the top right here, all the way across, but that's not where your strength comes from. Your strength comes from down here. No matter what I could do, I could not get it to lay down completely flat up there on the top as we rounded it. So I'm not going to worry about it. I think it looks good. We got no air bubbles. That's the main thing. Getting around this was a nightmare. And we decided we're not laying any more glass until this completely kicks off, because I was slipping over here. We were wetting out the side pieces, and I got to tell you, wetting out that piece before you lay it down is absolutely the secret. I don't know I can't remember if I did that with the Sea Ray or not, but it is absolutely the secret to getting to lay down exactly right. I mean, it was able to go up and over, and it sticks really good. And by doing that, it just made it so much easier to lay down. We'll finish letting this stuff kick off, and then we'll complete the rest of this sooner or later. Man alive, we are actually done with all of the side stringers, and we're just about ready to tackle the rest of this center stringer. And I'm running on empty right now. We just finished some dinner, had a couple of beers, and so I got a little energy here, so we're gonna plow on. Now you see the dark spots right there? That's where I've overlapped. You always want to overlap your seams together to give yourself the extra strength. And guess what? I am short on 1708. I'm going to have to order another 4 to 5 yards because all we're going to have is enough to finish this center stringer. And for all the tabbing to go around the sides, I'm going to have to get more. and the motor mounts and other little structural items that we're going to have to kind of do from time to time. So I'm going to order another 4 or 5 yards from US Composites and get it in here next week. But at least we'll have the stringers done and we can start cutting the deck, and I have enough for that. So you may ask, well, Jay, how did you miscalculate that? Well, I really don't know. We measured and remeasured and remeasured, and yeah, I think I forgot to carry the 2. That's right. And what happened is I guess we're short. We used I have no waste. I have, you see the little pieces over there, little piece over there, and usually, you guys know me, I always overbuy. But for some reason, I only got 10 yards and I need about 14 or 15 to finish this. So, you know what? It is what it is. So I'll order some more. We'll get it in here and I'll finish up because I need to basically tab the deck all the way around. And that's going to take about, what is it? Would you say 15 square yards to do that?
Yeah.
Or square feet.
Yeah.
15 square feet to do that. And that's about 2.5 yards of length of the 1708. And then we need it for miscellaneous other stuff. So I'll get about 4 yards of it and call it a day. So we're gonna basically cut our pieces here for our center and get this done tonight so I can write this or check this off my list. Wow, all I can say is I'm whipped. That was a marathon glassing session all this afternoon, starting at about 2 o'clock. It's about 8:30 now. And the stringers are 100%, okay, I take that back, 99.9% done. All I have to do is glass the top of the bulkhead in the back. But it is, for all intents and purposes, finished. And it is taking up a lot of glass and a lot of resin. So let's see what we got so far, and we'll go over supplies. All right, so we are done. We have the stringers all the way forward from front to back, with 2 layers of 1708 over the top of each stringer, and I did one continuous from start all the way over in one layer or in one piece instead of doing tabbing and then capping it. It's all one piece, so it adds that extra little strength. And you can see the darker spots, like right there, that's where I overlapped, just to give it a little extra strength is all I did. So overlap there, overlap there, overlap back there. So these are 50-inch rolls, so you got 50 inches, 50 inches, 50 inches to about right there. So that was 3. So that's about how long each stringer is. And I've got of course the bulkheads in there. So now the next stage is to put in the deck. And I tell you, working in a garage like this, you got to be real careful about the fumes. They can really get to you pretty quick, because it sure makes me feel loopy sometimes. We have to actually open the garage and get the fan going just to kind of exhaust the air out of here, because golly, it stinks up the house like something fierce. All right, so supplies. Where are we right now? I have used 7 gallons of 435 resin from US Composites. So this is 1 dead soldier, and we're in 2 gallons into this guy, and I think I'm going to need more. We have gone through 10 yards of 1708. All I have left of my 1708 is this right here. That's it, a 1708. And I need about 4 to 5 yards more, which is going to be for engine mounts, tabbing the deck in, miscellaneous structural stuff that we're going to need from time to time. So I'll get those definitely on order. And if you look here, this is called MEKP, which is the curing agent. We had to use a little bit hotter than what we normally would have, because it's cooler in here. It's only about 70 degrees, and the stuff was taking so long to kick off. So we switched to like a 1.5%, and it made it kick off in a reasonable amount of time. But we've now almost run out of MEKP, and we still have, what, 3 or 4 gallons left of resin. So I'm guessing I'm gonna need another 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons to complete all this, because we still haven't cracked into our chop strand mat, which is gonna be for our deck and all the pretty stuff, which will eat up a ton of resin. Trust me, that stuff sucks it up. So I've always said, guys, figure what you need and then double it. And this is exactly what I think I'm kind of running into right now, is that I didn't figure enough, and now I'm having to get more. Now I know what I think I did on the stringers. I think I only figured and ordered based on 1 layer of the stringers. That's where my problem was, is my 2nd layer ate up all the tabbing that I would have done around the side, and that's my problem. So anyway, we're good for now. I'm going to sign off until probably this weekend. We're going to go get some more supplies. I'm going to get some foam to measure the deck and to lay it down, so that way we get basically a template like I did with the C-Ray. And then we'll start cutting the deck in. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll be ready to put down the two-part foam in here and glass the deck. And then about 2 weeks away from putting the cap back on. How about that? So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Keep watching.